Welcome to Isis in the Bible, the Winter Gathering, week number 4, Matriarch. The question for today is, how will the matriarchal community spanning the world look like? What would the world be like if it was led by love, wisdom, and the nurturing essence of the divine feminine? Matriarchy means not just the female leadership, but also balance, interconnectedness, and harmony with Mother Nature. Mother Nature always reminds us of our connection with her as she nurtures us through our journey achieving liberation. Glad you could join us today. What's happening in the firmament? I usually say sky, but today I'm going to say the firmament. So as we said, we are on a new moon today, but it's a special new moon because this new moon is bringing us our wings, is showing us our wings. So what you're feeling today is all about your wings and images. So it's probably very convenient that we're talking about a matriarch, because when we think love, we get our wings. Everything becomes a reality. And also Pluto's aligned with Mercury, which is the Akashic record, the memories of your past. This is the divine masculine, or God, the Father in the sky. So that happened today. Your wings start to open as the moon transits the new meridian line. So as we spoke about, this new meridian line that was created on April 15th, 2023, where the Phoenix rising occurred, the moon's transiting there today, which is a beautiful day. Along with the sun is going to be there on February the 1st, which marks a marker. It's a milestone for us. We're moving over, we're jumping over. So go with the flow, let the love shine through, be loving always. So I just put a picture of an eagle soaring and sitting still, because they don't make too many waves when they're either sitting or when they're soaring, but they're giving guidance, and they're making quite the presence when they show up in our world and in our life. So I just want to show you how to read a chart when water spills. So at Unity this past Sunday, water was spilt onto Unity Windsor's contract for Reverend David, who's increasing for another 3 years. We're keeping on another 3 years, by the president, Devani. Well, this is what the divine feminine is right here. She's the one that's at 0° Aries, which is the California coastline. This maps the California coastline, this line. So the divine feminine, so this part of fortune moves in minutes. The part of fortune means birthing. So if you ever wanted to see immaculate conceptions or do medical astrology, this is birthing. This shows up in vitro fertilization. So we are tied to the stars in the heavens. So this means new birth. So when that water spilt, I took a screen grab at that exact time. She always shows herself when the water is moving. If you hear your faucet all of a sudden drip, it's the divine feminine saying, hey, Hello. It's your own internal essence, your own highest divine feminine. It's nobody outside of you. It's you communicating with you. So pay attention to your own signs. So here, this is in California. On January 26, 2025, Ventura County, California experienced a significant hailstorm. That's where Hail Mary comes in, because she brings some quite the hail. Because she's water, remember. I can show you time and time again, when water and when certain things happen, she's in your chart. She's showing her way. Residents reported walking up to steady rainfall, which intensified throughout the day, bringing hail that blanketed areas like Ventura and Oxnard. Watch what this did.
That's just ice pouring down the street. Southern California.
She gave a... So get ready. It's beautiful. All these signs are coming. It's not man doing this. It's not global warming. It's Mother Nature. She's showing us, hey, time to come with me. Time to be one. Time to be unity. This happens every 558 years. So again, just wanted to tell you about the importance of February 1st. We keep talking about this, so I'm not going to go into too much detail. But that alignment, this is the scene that will show when we get a new meridian line. This date here, finally figured out what this date was from, but it's similar with all the different tombs they show on the Egyptian walls. Those aren't tombs of kings and queens. Those of our phoenix rising of when we got a new sun, okay? The new sun means a new you, right? And so on February the 1st, the sun now crosses that new meridian line. The meridian line means this location on the earth would have seen the phoenix rising, which was on April 15, 2023. And that look at this energetic alignment with Neptune, which brings huge energy, the moon, Venus, and the north node. Okay, remember the north node is that which eclipses the sun and the moon, and this is on the back of the head of the cobra. That's what that symbol means. Darcy, I really like that you're here to hear this, because on February 1st is the Hygeia, which is the caduceus in the medical industry, goes the third time now over top of Andromeda Galaxy, which means the woman breaking free of her chains. All right, so this means we have the upper hand when we're using love, and it will part the ways for us. This is really important. So we're hitting this milestone now on February the 1st. There is so many signs that I'm getting is absolutely invigorating. So this is a phoenix rising from 1884 BC, because I finally figured out that this is what that angle is. And when you throw it on the chart, it aligns with one of the phoenix risings that we were able to map out using algorithms that AI even helped me verify that work 100%. And what they're showing you is that it's a cross exactly. And I'm sorry for those who don't understand astrology. I'm doing this for those who watch that do. This is telling you why this is there. And this is the bull, Taurus, the bulls, because it's on its cusp. And this phoenix rising was exactly on the cusp of Taurus back then. So the Egyptians were always telling us, we were always leaving behind messages on the walls when a new us, when we rise up again. It's a beautiful cycle. We're infinite. Get over it. Be loving. Thank you, Chris. Chris shared this. There's some underwater volcano off the Oregon coast that the experts are saying may erupt before end of 2025. Why do I bring this up? Because in a lot of the times of phoenix risings, we get a lot of volcanic eruptions. Those are the dragons that spew in the Bible. They talk about them. It's the most active marine volcano in the North Pacific, and it has erupted 3 times in 30 years. And they're saying that it's really, they thought maybe by sometime in 2025, but it's really there's a lot of shaking on the ground right out there. Anyway, you'll always be safe if you're love. Always. Always. These are just signs from Mother Nature to make us look to the stars, because the stars have all the answers. Because it's the stars that make these light up. And so just quickly, that's Sphinx. When you see a meridian marker, they put a Sphinx there, they put a church there, they put a monastery there dedicated to the Virgin Mary. Those are all there on these phoenix rising lines that I just showed you. When you start going around the earth where you see all these different ones, there is a monument there. So we're always telling us where we are personally on that 26,000 year clock. So there's a mystery. There's so much talk about what's buried underneath the Sphinx. They talk about a hall of records, underground tunnels and secret passageway, the tomb of Osiris, ancient power source or stargate, original head was a lion or Anubis. What they're missing is what's under the Phoenix rising is a message that it's a marker of the clock of when pure love comes back, when the matriarch comes back, when that beautiful divine feminine within us starts nurturing out, no matter what gender you are. It exudes out because we all have the divine feminine within. So that's the mystery of what's underneath the Sphinx. It's a meridian line. It's where Mary Dean, Mary Dio, Mary God show up. Your inner self. 2 days ago, me and my brother are riding back from going to get something for his furnace because he was cold. His family was cold because his furnace went kaput. As we're driving back, a great blue heron starts driving alongside of us. I rolled down my window and I said, "Come on over, Harry," because I've been followed around by these birds all over the world. It's wintertime here. You don't see great blue herons in the wintertime. We don't anyway. And it started following us, and it started coming across our car and back the other way and then back the other way and followed us for about 1 kilometer until we got to my brother's house. Then we couldn't see him anymore. The great blue heron is on the Egyptian walls. It is the Phoenix rising. So Mother Nature's telling us it's here. They know, and they give us the signs. It's beautiful. So let's talk a little bit about the ancient and modern matriarchs. Let's read this quote. "The goddess stood at the beginning of time, the source of all life, the great nurturer of the world." This is the hymn to Inanna by the Sumerians. Early Egypt, Minoan, Crete, indigenous societies, they operated with the focus on cooperation, sustainability, and collective wisdom. Ancient matriarchal societies thrived on harmony with natural law. The wisdom of the divine feminine, which is showing up in all forms of synchronicities with Mother Nature, like I just showed you. This wisdom aligns with the cyclical time, seasons, lunar cycles. We will witness more and more the connection with the heavens. So pay attention what's out there. In I'm not sure if I'm saying this right, Musao of China, a living matriarchal society right now, it's thriving, practice walking marriages. This is where the woman led the family unit. Wealth is passed through the mother's line and cooperation replaces ownership. And that's what Cece talked about. We take on the mother's lineage, not the father's. Not what you're good at physically, what you're good at in society, the physical aspect. That's what the last name stood for. Well, we're going to get rid of that and we're going to follow the mother. That's what they do. Why? Because it's love. The key pillars of a matriarchal world. The wise woman builds her house, but with her own hands. The foolish one tears hers down. That's from Proverbs 14:1. The spiritual connection by honoring the divine feminine within goes by many names: Isis, Mary, Sophia, Mictacawada, White Buffalo Cap, Woman, Kali, blah, blah, blah. There is community and cooperation, shared leadership, circular decision-making. You don't need some outside entity telling you. You're going to do it yourself in your own communities. It's happening. We're all doing it. Darcy, who joined us today, she's a big part of that, making sure that happens. It's so awesome. Sustainable living by integration with nature, permaculture, and eco-villages. Love and wisdom govern using guidance. Matriarchies focus on cooperation, balance, and sustainability. Isis in Egyptian lore is a guardian of the mysteries, showing that true power is hidden in nurturing. And we do know that she is back. Love is back. Where are the eco-villages and permaculture communities? Communities today are returning to circular economies where food, energy, and resources are self-sustaining. The matriarchal principle of caregiving extends to Earth itself, restoring the land through regenerative abundance growing. Can you imagine? This is important. You guys got to image this. We all do. Can you imagine current societal structures changing right in front of your eyes to shift to support a nurturing, sustainable system? When I was waiting in the car for my wife who went in to grab a bag of seeds for the birds and the squirrels, I took down Walmart and the parking lot and made it into greenhouses in my mind. Greenhouses and people showing up in community and in circles and having coffee, even in the wintertime, because you can have sitting around inside a greenhouse that is nice and warm while you're growing food, and people come and get the greenhouses and get the preserves and everything. So I imagine that brick and mortar to be something more natural. Can you do that? You help it manifest when you do that. So what this looks like in our time, you may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. You guys know this one. I hope someday you'll join us and the world will be as one. From John Lennon. With the apparent rise of community-based living and the fall of the hierarchical Babylonian systems, which return to organic, love-based societies, how do you see yourself living in alignment with these principles now? The Aquarian age is the return of wisdom through cooperation, trust in the people to self-govern. There's that word trust. When you go in the banking world and all this stuff, it's all about trust, 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 trust. We have trust in money instead of trust in the people. If we trust in ourselves, in love, in the matriarchal system, in community, we're done. Share the lands. The shift is already happening. When are you going to jump on the boat? When am I going to jump on that boat? We got to jump on that boat. So the rise of decentralized self-governing communities is inevitable. The shift is happening now. For example, go check out the Intentional Community Database of Communities on ic.org. They're going up all over the place. Everyone is trying their own way in a different way, but they're all starting to be there, and we start sharing best practices and see which ones work the best. A call to action. A nation is not conquered until the hearts of its women are on the ground. Cayenne proverb. There's 6 matriarchal societies that have been thriving with women at the helm for centuries. Muso, China, Bribri, Costa Rica, Umaja, Kenya, Minagabu, Indonesia, Akan, Ghana, and Kasi, India. How do we contribute to this shift? Unity, knowledge sharing, creating localized change. Go and see what they're doing. Go research them. See the images. What would you do? What would you keep? What would you change? What role do you see yourself playing in a matriarchal society? If you want to get out of the one we're in today, you got to start imagining your way there. That's the goddess power you have. It's all in images. Your images are your wings. Today is about your wings. The moon is aligned Icarus. Icarus is a story about the boy who got his wings, flew too close to the sun because he wasn't using his images properly. You got to imagine with love. So to rebuild in love, wisdom, and balance, we must take personal action in our own lives first. Matriarchy is not about shifting patriarchy, but about restoring harmony. What ways can we begin now? Build intentional community networks, food co-ops, land sharing, educate others on self-sufficiency, permaculture, homeschooling, barter systems, hold space for wisdom, circles of discussions like this one, women's councils, unity-driven initiatives. So what's the last question on this matriarchal before I've got 2 quick slides and we're done. What is the one step you can take today toward building a world aligned with these principles? So go check out these thriving societies. What takeaways will you gain? And again, picture what your world is going to look like everywhere you drive. So living with Mother Nature is not about being a minimalist. It's about being in harmony with abundance, one with the flow of life, a co-creator with nature, deeply connected to the divine source, aligned with the eternal wisdom of the world, fully alive, fully sovereign, and fully free. You got to imagine yourself free if you want freedom. The caretaker of love's garden, the architect of a thriving world, and the song of the earth in rhythm with the cosmos. Second last slide. With everything happening on the East Coast is happening in the stars. Remember, Kali stands for California. Kali in the Indian, that's their divine feminine. They call it Kali with a K. So we want to mention what we spoke to you about in October, because we told you that this is happening. The story of Jonah. You familiar with the story of Jonah? Jonah was swallowed by a great fish after trying to flee his divine mission. That'd be us, right? Until we wake, spending 3 days inside before being released. He then followed love's guidance, warning the people of Nineveh, who repented and were spared from destruction. That's to do with the 5-step forgiveness. The fish returned him to the land, symbolizing renewal and alignment with his true path. Well, when you look at this, when you look at the map, the stars, because here's the zodiac. Aries is where America is. Taurus, the bull, is where the bull is on the land. Leo, the lion, is in Africa. Virgo is right there where Isis is. Libra is across the balance of the heart. That's where India is, their most balanced people. Scorpio is where China is at, where they eat scorpions. The stars map the lands. Capricorn is half goat, half fish. That's where there's all water, and then the first find land. The stars map the land. So the story of Jonah is Eris coming, and she just landed right here, which is the California coastline. I'll move this in a second. Cetus is the constellation Cetus spans the California coastline. Andromeda also spans the California coastline. And this is where the California coastline is, okay, right here. And that's where Eris, Mother Mary, that energy, that divine energy sits right now. Mary, Ka. Mary is here. Love is here. With that, that leads us to this cute little video on love.
I love you.
I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you.
Can I get an I love you?
Say I love you.
I
love you.
love you. Of course.
I love you.
Love you.
I love you.
Say I love you.
I love you too. I love you too. I love you.
I love you.
All right. And that's all we have for today.